And, oh, excuse me, welcome back to Dragon Ball Z What If? What if Bardock had gone to King Kai's upon dying? Last time we left off with Goku who had been training with his father in King Kai's in the afterlife, completely thrashing Nappa and Vegeta, particularly Nappa, who had basically been killed off by Vegeta at that point. And Vegeta had gone off to lick his wounds, lost his tail still, and the day was saved. But for how long? For evil looms in the galaxy. So, I did get the question, are we going to get the Namek arc, or are we not? Because Goku now has the goal of resurrecting his mom, dad, and maybe even Raditz, assuming that they have had a conversation with him. But the Dragon Balls are kind of, not in use right now. They cannot be used for 1 year. Now, Piccolo and Kami are still alive, which is beneficial to this. They just have to wait a year. But it begs the question, are they going to wait that long? The thing about it is, I don't think so. Normally, yes. But with the fact that they have discussed Frieza, Bardock, King Kai, even Gine, and Goku, obviously, discussed Frieza, when King Kai is aware that Frieza is going to be going for the Dragon Balls, they're like, crap, we need to go to Namek. Now, all the Vegeta stuff pretty much happens true to form. He goes to Namek, all that goodness. But the question is, how is everyone getting there when they only have the one ship? Yes, they are going to have the Capsule Corp ship as well after a while, because Bulma would probably be designing the ship after what she has with, I think, Nappa's pod, was it? But now you have to ask the question, who is going to Namek and who is not going to Namek, because while they could, I guess, all fit in the ship, you have all the Z fighters there. Is every Z fighter going to Namek? Well, we know Goku's going to Namek. That's an obvious one. Piccolo would also be going to Namek. I do believe that as well. And this Piccolo has a much better relationship with Gohan. Now, the question would be, would Chi-Chi relent with Goku asking if Gohan can go to Namek? I would think because she relented the first time in the original, she will relent here. In fact, she'll probably relent a little easier because Gohan will also have everyone else there to help him out. Now, that being said, because Gohan isn't as messed up, he actually doesn't get that Zenkai. We know Gohan's power was actually, the essentially puts a little under 1,000. But by the time he's going to Namek, it's tied with Krillin at 1,500. So let's just for reasonably, well, he's still got a little bit of a Zenkai problem. Actually, no, he wouldn't in this, because he didn't even get his ass kicked at all. Let's just say he's at an even 1,000 upon going. So you got Piccolo, you got Goku, you got Gohan. Bulma's going too, and I think Krillin will be going. I think Yamcha and Tien do want to go and help. Same with Chaozu. However, I think they're going to agree upon waiting for the Capsule Corp ship just so they can get some training in, and it's not going to be super crowded. So everyone goes. Everyone who's going is going, and everyone who's not is not. So cut over to when Goku and the gang got there. Well, actually, another thing that we have to deal with is, when was the ship completed? Because I believe Goku accidentally launched himself into space is what happened. So we assume that it's going to take an extra couple days for them to get the ship ready. But, well, yeah, so we'll say they arrive a little later than Goku and the others. But yeah, Goku, Piccolo, Gohan, and Krillin all land on Vegeta around the same time the others did. Now, this is actually very important, because King Kai is making drastic notes not to engage Frieza if you can. Goku, you are extremely powerful. You've gotten so much stronger. You might even be able to go toe-to-toe with him in the form you see him in when you get there. But that form you see isn't his real power. You can't you cannot take this guy on right now. It's like, if you can, wish me back first. I can wish me back first, son. I can train. I've trained longer for you, and I've been waiting for this rematch for a long time. Right. And Piccolo is also hearing King Kai. So they're keeping tabs on things. I say that I want to say that someone would stay back with Bulma, but I don't think that's the case. I actually think what's going to happen is they're actually going to split up. What I see happening is you will still get Krillin and Gohan going and finding Frieza. Goku can sense that, and even he can sense this guy's power is nuts, and Piccolo can sense it too. It's insane. But they're actually Kami I guess could, but King Kai is actually going to direct him to where Guru is, and I think that's very important because A, that's where Dragon Ball is, but B, Kami knows also Guru can release a hidden potential within them. So obviously, Gohan and Goku save Dende, do the bullshit that goes on there. They're running and hiding. Goku and Piccolo, as they get about to get their consent, something's up, but only Goku's strong enough to do anything, and we gotta trust in them, Goku. We gotta just have faith that they're gonna be able to find their way and not get into trouble. And luckily, we know that's when Vegeta chimed in and killed Deborah. So luckily, Vegeta saved, and they can sense Vegeta there, and that apparently he is helping them, or at least he's not aware of them. So they get to Guru's, and Nail pops out. Nail and Piccolo kind of square each other up. Piccolo can immediately tell this guy's stronger than me, but they look almost identical. It's like, and you are? It's like, hi, I'm Goku. It's like, Piccolo. And it's like, yeah, we would like to talk with Lord Guru if it's all possible. How are you? You're an outsider. How are you aware of Lord Guru? I'm not familiar with you at all. Brother. It's like, yeah, we're from Earth. No, let them in, Nail. There is no ill intent. Are you sure, Lord Guru? I am. There is no ill intent that I can sense from them. Speak your peace. Why are you here? It's like, oh, well, it's like, well, it's this. And they explain the scenario that they have Dragon Balls of their own. The Saiyans came to their planet. They had Dragon Balls of their own. But Frieza's here, and if he gets your hands on your Dragon Balls, this is going to be bad. And, I was looking to, and, I was hoping I could have waited to resurrect my family, but, I'd rather at least get the Dragon Balls away from Frieza than, have them fall in their hands. If you'd let us use them, great. If not, that's okay too. It's not a big deal. It's like, and he just looks at us like, your intentions sound pure, but your hearts, your hearts detect no evil. When you came in, I detect no lies now. And he just, takes it. Take it. It is better safe here than with you than here. Wait, and it's like, thanks. It's like, all right, we appreciate it. And it's like, wait, come closer, you two. I can sense hidden potential within both of you. So Kami goes to Goku and Piccolo, not Gohan and Krillin, surprise, because they're out doing their own thing. It would make more sense for them to go because they're the stronger two to go find the leader of the group, the leader of the Namekians here. And he unlocks both Piccolo and Goku's potential. And that is the question. Where are they? The initial unlocking seems to be around an 8 times multiplier. That's where it seems to be. It could vary a little bit from person to person. We only ever actually see 2 people get their potential unlocked, and those are the only numbers we actually have. The actual amount in terms of what your full potential unlocking is takes more time experiencing combat and battle. So, and it varies between, like, Krillin's was 75,000, Gohan's, admittedly, he got Zenkai's too, so Gohan's was 200,000. So it varies from person to person, but the initial seems to be about 8 times. That would put Piccolo at about 28,000. Not all that impressive initially, but keep in mind, that's the initial. If we were to assume that Nail also had its potential unlocked, and that its average warrior Namekian's power level we know is around 3,000, then we can tell that Nail would have been at 3,000. That would have put him at 24,000. And so and we know his power level is 41,000. So we got he got like a 2 point, I don't know the exact amount he got an increase. He got a pretty decent increase. Piccolo, I imagine, though, we know ultimately he was part of Kami. So I think that actually puts his potential at a much higher threshold. So his ultimate potential, I will say, when it's all said and done, probably is going to be at 100,000 when it's all said and done. I think that's actually in a pretty reasonable spot. Goku's, we know, is at 50,000 times 8. That's 400,000. Where he ends, he's probably got less potential than Gohan, just because of his pure Saiyan nature. But yeah, Gohan being a hybrid actually had a better threshold of potential. I would probably go. I can never remember what the multiplier I used for Gohan is. I think I always put it at like about half what Gohan's was. So Gohan's was about at 1.5. At 1.5, you're looking at times 10. That's 15. So if I just scale the math up real quick, Gohan's was somewhere in the neighborhood, if we're taking the Zenkais and everything, like I think it was like 1,300 or something like that. 1,000 or 1,300. 130,000, something like that. Goku's is probably more like 50 times his base, but that's still 50 times his base, which when it's all said and done, will actually put him at 25,000. So until then, though, his power is right now around 400,000. And they're keeping it suppressed. Like, they're just like, whoa, this is amazing. I don't know, Goku. I still can't understand what I'm feeling right now. These feelings. Feelings. No. Insert that for your fanfic. But anyway, they're able to, rush over. And they pretty much say, if we bring my son and my friend here, could you unleash their potentials? I could if you bring them here in time. And so that's what they do. They find Gohan and Krillin. They find Dende as well. And Dende shows them where it is. Meanwhile, Piccolo accompanies them as well to keep them safe. Goku is meanwhile, helping, but they have a Dragon Ball. They're keeping the Dragon Balls, honestly, the one Dragon Ball, honestly, for himself. For themselves, keeping it safe. Goku's actually hanging back, just making sure to keep, and focusing on what his power can do right now. Because now he can sense, like, his body, even though he hasn't trained in the gravity chamber, his body, he can easily handle the times 10 now. Like, he can feel his powers just boom. It's like just flex it. Like, and now he can kind of just flex it 10 times 10, but he's not doing it, obviously, because he's just going to end up causing problems. And remember, their power continues to increase to their maximum just over time. Battle seems to speed it up from what we can tell, but it's just going to naturally increase. So Piccolo and Goku are obviously going to be at much higher levels just by flying around and just existing. So by the time they end up getting back, because I think they end up getting back before Vegeta can show up and heal and all that. So before they end up getting back, Piccolo's power is probably like now around 40,000 just from existing. Like I said, just from existing. Goku is probably now around 800,000. Again, from what their actual true final numbers are going to be, this is nothing. And obviously, Krillin and Gohan got their powers unlocked. Although Gohan's is not going to be as big because his power level's not as big. It's not that drastic. It's 1,000 versus 1,500, but that's a third greater. That's 50% more than what he had. So I guess we'll just put him at 1,500. I guess that's a reasonable 1,500. 150,000 as a reasonable number. And Krillin will still have a 75 because there's nothing to change there. And so finally, they show up there again. Their powers are suppressed right now. And then Vegeta eventually shows up wanting the Dragon Ball. And basically, saying that, please. All right, so we can finally have a rematch, Kakarot. It's like, you sure you want to do this, Vegeta? I mean, look, we just want to keep the Dragon Balls out of Frieza's hands. When we feel we're ready to take them on, we'll take them on. But until then, stay your ground, Vegeta. Don't get into a fight you can't handle. And Piccolo's, screaming, oh, so you've gotten a little stronger than Namek. You really think you can take me on? Kind of ends like, oh, perhaps, do you really think you can want to take me on? And then, Zarbon, who's this guy? Seems really flamboyant. I don't know what that means, but for some reason, I agree. It's like, I don't like the feel of this guy. And so, Zarbon comes out and transforms. Vegeta just takes him out. I'm gonna blow my load inside you. What? No homo. And so they are busy doing their own thing, and not busy doing their own thing, but he kills Zara and says, "No, now you see, now you may be powerful, Kakarot, but I can tell you I've grown quite a bit on this planet since our last encounter." And Goku gives a little flex of his power, like, "Yeah." Yeah, and gives a flex of his power for where his power was when they fought. Like, yeah, but and then and the Vegeta's like, it's like, but do you still think you can take me on? For that matter, Piccolo flexed a little power too, not all of his power, because it's right now he's probably hitting about 50. But he's like he flexes about half of it, and even though Vegeta is still stronger than half of his power, he can tell that he's also only flexing about half his power. So I was like, tell me, Vegeta, do you have a Dragon Ball with you? What if I did? What would you do about it? Nothing, actually. It's probably better if we keep them separate. What? Yeah, we're honestly just trying. We have our own Dragon Balls, Vegeta. We're just trying to keep them out of the hands of Frieza. Right now, we're waiting for our power to fully settle before we even try to take the bastard on. You're joking, right? It's like, no, if anything, and more help the merrier. In exchange, we promise to leave you be. And Vegeta's like, can't sense any lies out of him, but he's still. It's like, Goku, are you serious? I mean, Dad is like, it's all right, Gohan. It's all right, you two. And so he just, what's it going to be, Vegeta? The enemy of my enemy is my friend, they say. And I do consider you an enemy. But Frieza's, as much as I hate you, I hate Frieza more. Fine. Basically, but it makes more sense to keep with the few Dragon Balls we have together. And so, they grab their Dragon Balls. And at this point, remember, he has all the Dragon Balls. We have all the Dragon Balls. We have them all now. I was like, yeah. From what? Don't mix your breath, Vegeta. And from what Guru told the guy who created them, you need to be able to speak the language in the native tongue. Do you know how to speak Namekian? Damn it all. But you do. It's like, don't you, little one? It's like, Vegeta. It's like, that wasn't the part of the plan. But you don't understand. This is Frieza. We don't have a choice. Like, no, you really don't, Vegeta. I can also do Captain Standard Ginyu. Say, you really don't, Vegeta. So there you are. Looks like they've been hiding around. Seriously. It's like, Ginyus, damn it. Now, obviously, Vegeta probably sensed them on the way. It's like, who are these guys? The Ginyu Force Frieza's elite squadron. We need to destroy the dragons. Well, we'll just be taking these. And all of a sudden, Goku and Piccolo both stand up. And I don't think so. So you're not going here. You're not taking anything. Oh, looks like we've got some troublemakers. Gildo, would you be so kind? Now, Gildo does freeze time, admittedly. And he does end up taking a couple of them. So does Bardock. Well, Bardock tries, but while they can't counter time stuff shenanigans, Goku's just like, poof, I'm sorry, where are you going? It's like, huh? And just boom, just blast them back. It's like, that's impossible. No one can match my speed except Lord Frieza. And that would probably be true. Even Ginyu might not be as fast, really. Despite power level actually doesn't dictate speed necessarily. It can, but it doesn't automatically. So did you get a reading on that power levels? No. He moved too fast, but that's impossible. That's probably just a fluke. I'll take care of it. That's Raccoon. I mean, I could always do it. Raccoon will take care of these nosy little interlopers. Are you ready to rumble? Because the name's Raccoon, and it rhymes with doom, and you're gonna be hurting. Then Piccolo just and Vegeta's like, At this point, Goku's now well past his millions phase. And Piccolo is well past like 50,000. He's probably, because Ginyu says it would take about a power level of 60,000 to beat the total of the Ginyu Force besides him. So his power level is, roughly speaking, around that level. So he just checks. It's like, Guldo, how's it? Right, and then Vegeta's the one who actually It's like, Vegeta! And then he kills Goldo. Like, you don't understand. He might not be much in terms of his power level, but his psychic abilities are second to none. There's a reason he got a hold of the Dragon Ball. He stopped time by holding his damn breath. It's like, what? Oh, that's right. You remember, don't you, Vegeta? Shut up! It's like, and so Piccolo and Defiant's like, I got the rest of this. And then finally Goku just finally powers up some. Right now, he's probably about 5 million. Because, again, time just keeps passing, and he's now starting to flex a little bit. So now he's around 5 million, and Ginyu's scared. I was like, one chance, leave now or die. Don't! Ginyu's not like the rest of them. You can't be so soft, Kakarot. You're giving me a chance to leave? I get it. You're weak. You don't like to hurt things. And so, he tries the body swap technique. And it works initially, but like initially, he has no power. And Jace and Bardock are also kind of like just floored at this point. Like I do believe like between Piccolo and Goku, they've completely floored. Be it the only one they've killed is Goldo. The other three Ginyus are actually still alive, just knocked out, and Vegeta does not have the power to kill them. At this point, he hasn't gotten that other big Zenkai he ends up getting. He's only at about that 30,000 marker. But, and so they end up fighting Goku. He ends up changing again, trying to take Piccolo's body. But it's no good, and they end up switching with Goku again, who admittedly is a little beat up, but they are able, because Goku but at that point, that's when they get the ship that comes down with Tien and Yamcha and Chiaotzu. Now, and they had Senzu beans, and it's all good. Now, we're going to end basically with the arrival of Tien, Chiaotzu, and Yamcha. How strong had they gotten based on the fact that they were training in the gravity chamber the whole time? We do know what their power levels are. I believe it's 1,830 for Tien, 1,474 for or is it 143? I'm gonna get the power levels up here. I'm almost positive Tien and Chiaotzu. Chiaotzu's was like 683. Tien's 1830, but I know it's 14 something. Dragon Ball power levels. Okay. Let's see here now. Where is the list of power? Okay. So, and this is probably best for my math too. Let's see here. Dead Zone. Don't give a shit about that. Vegeta Saga. Okay, so after their training, if I can get this damn pop-up to go away, we had, okay, so yeah, it was 1,830 for Tien. Chiaotzu is documented, it was only 610. I thought it was higher than that. That's my bad. And Yamcha was at 1,480. So we figured they learned how to use the gravity chamber. And I don't see them going to Goku's 100. But easily going into like the 20 to 30 range, I don't think is out of realm of possibility for them. So let's say they end up maxing out about 30. But they have each other to train with, so they are able to... I would say they probably get more than a full 10 times multiplier. They probably get more like close to a 20 times multiplier. So if it's a weird number, I'll just even it out. So that would put Chiaotzu, surprisingly, at a nice hefty 12.2 thousand. Well, that's not a very reasonable power level for Chiaotzu. Although Chiaotzu probably does grow the slowest. So let's make him even 10 because Chiaotzu's power is the weakest of the group by a good margin. That would then put Yamcha at about 29.6. So let's put him at even 30. And then Tien shows up. And Tien's power is definitely the biggest of the group at 36. So let's put him at a reason. I'll actually even him out to 40,000. I think that's reasonable enough. So 40,000 for Tien, 30,000 for Yamcha, and 10,000 for Chiaotzu. They show up. They meet the group. They give Goku a Senzu Bean, which helps him out and helps him reach his bigger power faster. So they came to help. Vegeta's just like, what the hell is with their power levels? Krillin and Gohan have been rising at this point too, slowly because they didn't get to the fight. So everyone's now everyone's there. The gang's there. The Z Fighters are there. But will they be able to stop the evilest Lord Frieza? Find out next time on Dragon Ball. And also, because it'll be Saturday. What's happening with the Ginyu Force? Because, like I said, the other 3 Ginyus are just knocked out completely. So are we going to save them? Is Vegeta going to get another Zenkai and then waste their ass? Is Vegeta going to blow up the planet and waste their ass? Find out next time on Dragon Ball What If. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching. See you later.